make sure it's not going to fall over. Alright, Merry Meet, everybody. It's Kai Knight in the Theory here. I've been gone for a little bit. My old phone is no longer existent. I had to get a new one, unfortunately. So now I got my new phone. Let's get started on these videos. I will be making an Earth 101 video tomorrow. I'll be making it tonight because I'm doing my research for it. Anyway, I think I've made a video on this like at least 2 times, this specific topic, but I want to make it again because, like I said, my views change, and I want to like put my opinions in on this because I see a lot of it going on YouTube. Sorry. The topic is specifically towards Wicca. It can be applied towards witchcraft and paganism, but particularly towards Wicca. A lot of Wiccans, especially new Wiccans, feel that they need to have a matron or patron goddess and or god. That's not the case. You don't need one. What exactly is a matron and patron goddess and god? A matron goddess is obviously a goddess. It's supposed to be a motherly figure, but a matron goddess is a goddess who you work with closely, who resonates with you more. Mine is Hecate, however you pronounce her name. It was Isis for many years, but I felt that I no longer needed to work with her as a matron anymore. And Hecate came back into my life again, so I'm working with Hecate. Isis still has a shrine over there in my bedroom, along with Osiris. They still have their own shrine. And a patron god, patron technically is not a fatherly figure. A patron is a protector of a certain area, a certain place, such as like the patron of Athens was Athena, so etc. etc. A patron is a god or a deity that's chosen for protection and etc. etc. But for the sake of like Wicca, it's your god. It's the one deity, male deity, who you connect with the most in your path, in your craft. Mine used to be Thoth for years, and then it was Osiris. And now I have a new deity entering my life, because Osiris kind of drifted away from me for a while. There will be time periods where gods will come, go, leave. They won't stay in your life all the time. They'll come and go sometimes. But it doesn't mean they completely abandon you. It means that they just feel like the energy or the lesson you needed to learn, you learned it. Or you've been able to deal with the energy properly. Etc. etc. My views, these are my own views on this. Every Wiccan or witch or pagan will have different views on how matron and patron gods work, because of their different belief systems. Me personally, I see deities like gods and goddesses of different time here, like Hecate, Anubis, Athena. I see them as personifications of the goddess and god. I don't see them as living separate entities. I see them as personalities of the goddess and god. They're different faces of the goddess and god. Yes, they do have likes and dislikes, and etc. etc. But they're not separate from the goddess and god, is what I'm trying to say. Right now, the male deity who is coming into my life now is Hades from Greek mythology, which I was fucking terrified, to be quite honest, even though I'm used to deities of the underworld and gods of death, because I work with Kalima, Osiris, Anubis, Nephthys, etc. But for some reason he scared me a little bit, which is odd. So I'm still currently trying to learn about him. I'm trying to work with him more. His name, etc. Okay, anyway, on to the rest of the video. How to find your matron and or patron goddess or god. This is something that I cannot answer because it is personal for every person. Matron and patron deities usually come to you. It's depending on different person's beliefs. Some people will pick their gods, but really matron and patron deities come to you. They are the one deity or goddess or god you work with the most, who sticks with you the most, who keeps coming back into your life. Those are the matron and patron gods and goddesses, which is why Hecate is my matron, and she keeps coming back. I've had periods of times where I couldn't hear her, I couldn't communicate with her. I didn't lose faith in Hecate, but I did lose communication with her for quite some time. And then she came back into my life after my divorce started with Draco. She came back into my life to help me get rid of things I no longer need anymore. And she's still here. Thank God. Thank Hecate. But anyway, so like I said, how to find it, it's kind of difficult to explain because it's a personal experience every person. But for me, this is how I found my deity. You either have dreams, like I did. You can have dreams. You keep hearing their names everywhere you go. Relative to dreams, you keep hearing it in your mind. You everywhere you see it in a book, TV, something like it keeps popping up. Um, what else? Like their sacred animals will come around you all the time. Hecate came to me with frogs. I kept seeing freaking frogs everywhere I went. I almost stepped on one by accident because I didn't see the poor thing. Luckily, I didn't. This is way back when I was about 18, 17 years old that I found like frogs everywhere I went. And I'm like, why do I keep seeing freaking frogs? I don't really care for frogs. Did my research. There's two different deities that I came up with that frogs take her to, which is Hecate from Egyptian mythology and Hecate from Greek mythology. Then I kept seeing dragons in my dreams and like talking to dragons. Dragons are sacred to Hecate. So to me, that's how Hecate talks to me, is through dragons and frogs. So Hades has been constantly plaguing my mind for since Halloween, since Samhain. I keep hearing his name. I keep seeing his name. I keep seeing Cerberus. I keep seeing symbols of Hades. So I'm like, okay, I'll work with him. Sometimes I'm a little resilient to working with certain deities. I'm like, I don't want to. But they're going to keep pushing. They're going to keep pushing their damn signs and their symbols. And they're like, bitch, you're going to work with me whether you like it or not. That's how some deities are. But that's pretty much it. I just wanted to share my opinions and my personal preferences on that. I'm not going to tell people how to find your agent, how to find your matron and patron god, because there's no way to find one. They come to you. It's a personal experience for every Wiccan or every pagan or every witch. So until next time, merry part and blessed be.